Welcome everybody back to the Taste Buds podcast. As always, it's Drew, aka Big Red Belly.
Ben, aka Sauce.
And Kenneth, also known as Infinite K.
We got a great episode coming to you today. As always, we're going to be going over the off-season move, different than we did last week, as we're going to go much more in depth and do the big ones. We're also going to have some MLB talk, some NBA, and of course, we have to cover March Madness, which has already started.
Well,
How are you guys doing today?
The first four tournament.
Yeah, the play-ins.
Yeah,
yes, I count that as starting.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing good. Played basketball for a few minutes and did whatever. Kind of chilled all
Ben?
day.
Yeah, I'm doing good. I am painting my room right now. The house that I'm moving into had a baby living in my room, so they had a little baby mural. So I'm just painting over that. So
Heard?
that's great.
Heard?
That YouTube money hitting so much that you're already moving houses?
Yeah.
Big.
Yeah, did y'all see Michael Jordan's Chicago house was for sale?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Were you on that? Were you about to get that? Or did you get that?
Yeah, that's where I am now, yeah.
Oh, that's fire.
That's big. That's big. That's you guys could get like this too. Just keep grinding, never stop. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Do you guys want to say anything else, or should I jump right into the first
I
topic?
think
I give all the thanks to Kenneth's advice of the day
Oh, you're
for where I'm
welcome.
at now.
You're welcome.
Hasn't happened in like
a
month.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
We need him back, Kenneth.
We do need him back.
Brainstorm during this one.
I will cook up some. Don't worry.
Okay. I'm gonna go over kind of how we're gonna go over this. Okay. We're gonna go team by team, all the teams that made big moves, along with obviously our fandom, Falcons, Browns, and Eagles. And we're basically gonna say what we think about each, like how their like each team's offseason went, and we're going to predict or kind of talk about ceiling and floors, and if this team is now a playoff team, or if they've fallen out of playoff contention, if they're championship contenders, etc. We're not going over every team, obviously, but yeah, do you guys understand that?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's start off with our three teams, starting with the Atlanta Falcons. They got defensive end Leonard Floyd, D tackle Morgan Fox, cornerback Mike Ford, linebacker Divine Diablo, cornerback Mike Hughes, wide receiver Cordell Hodge. Ben,
Yep.
how do you like your off season so far?
I mean, it leaves more to be desired, but I think to really make this like an A or A plus off season, we need to trade for Trey Hendrickson or Trayvon Walker. Obviously, I don't know if we're gonna get to this, but Jamar Chase and T. Higgins both signed extensions at the same time.
Yeah.
But after that, it was the writing was on the wall that Trey Hendrickson was basically gone. But then a report came out that both sides are working to get a deal done, which I don't know how that's possible.
I know.
Like
46% of their cap is tied up in three players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a team building master they have over there.
Yes.
But
I think that might be a leverage move. So like teams are like, now you definitely can't get them. They're gonna be like, no, did you hey, look, we're still trying to resign him, which I think they're just bluffing to not tank his trade value. But
can you pay him?
Yes.
You can?
Yeah.
Even with that Kirko contract?
Yeah, because we get out of it after this upcoming year. So just like, give them a 5-year deal, put all the money on the back end, basically.
Well.
Oh.
Yeah, Big Kirko is Big Kirko.
Yep. So yeah, if we just sign him to put all the money on the back end, then we can pay him or Trayvon Walker, or we could have paid Myles Garrett.
Well, we did. So suck it.
Yeah.
Suck it.
Good segue.
Yeah. We lost Andrew a little bit. I don't know what else
His
he's
phone
got.
was at 2%.
His phone was indeed at 2%, but he's still in the Discord call. But I'll take over. Eagles news today broke out. Brandon Graham is retiring from the NFL. Sucks for Eagles fans out there. I don't know what he's got for free agent wise, but we'll talk just whatever small things. T. Higgins, Jamar Chase signed that extension. And they have three of the top 10 non-highest, or I don't know. They have 2 of the top 5 highest non-paid quarterbacks in the NFL. Jamar Chase is number 1. And T. Higgins is somewhere in there.
Hello.
Hey, we got him back.
Wi-Fi just turned off.
Heard. Well,
That's great.
we got you back.
The last thing that I said was, can you guys still get him with Kirk Cousins' contract? And then I went, dark 0. I didn't hear anything else.
Yep, I kind of took over. Was talking about how Brandon Graham retired.
Yes, he did. We'll get to the
Higgins and whatnot. I was just re-talking about T. Higgins, Jamar Chase.
Yeah, we'll get to Cincy too.
Yeah.
I was just saying if we only have to pay Kirk Cousins for 1 more year. So if we just put the money on the back end,
okay,
then we're good.
Where are we still recording?
Yeah.
Okay. Viewers are gonna love this so much.
Especially the beginning. Just the beginning.
Okay. Are we still recording right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, we should continue. Ben, do you have any other thoughts?
No, I think Divine Diablo, he's okay. He had a pretty decent season 2 years ago. Last year was subpar. And so we signed him under the hope that he can get back to where he was 2 years ago. And then Mike Ford. Yeah. Mike Ford's a special teams guy. Leonard Floyd is a good pass rusher. He's had at least, I think, 8.5 sacks for the past, or every year of his career. But he's not the 1A pass rusher. I think we still need to draft somebody in the first round or trade for, like I said, a Trey Hendrickson, a Trayvon Walker. Kadero Hodge, we brought back.
Yep.
I love him. Special team return specialist last year. Brought back like Katarius Street. His name might be. We traded for him from the Eagles like 2 years ago for a 7th round pick, and he's back again. So that's great. He's pretty good. We got Morgan Fox from the Chargers. He's a defensive tackle. He's actually really good for the price we got him for. I think that's our best move yet, like value wise. Yeah, I'm just holding out for either we draft an edge at 15 or we trade for an edge. That's all I got.
Is there any trade for Kirk Cousins, or is that out the window?
No, there's still possibility. I think if we do trade him, it would be post June 1st. Because if we trade him before June 1st, we take on like 30 million in dead money, dead cap. But if we trade him after, we actually save 12 million.
I mean, there's a world where the Steelers don't have a quarterback. Like right now, I feel like they should just pull the trigger on Russ. We'll get to them later. But I don't know. Who are the possible trade options to get Kirk? Who is it?
Browns, Giants, and Steelers.
I think Steelers are the most. I think Browns maybe if they're contending.
I
Yeah.
highly doubt we'll make a deal.
Yeah. Yes, have Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, we have Kenny Pickett.
And before we get into the Browns, where do you guys see this team ending up after the season is over? Do you have them making the playoffs? Do you have them missing the playoffs? Where do you think this team is going to end up? How good are they going to be?
I have them in the playoffs personally.
You have them? Do you have them winning the NFC South?
That's up for debate because the Bucks are there, but I feel like they have a good shot of doing it based off of how ass the South is.
Because I feel like they'd have to win the NFC South because Eagles or Commanders, I think, are going to take up one wild card spot.
Yeah,
And the NFC North is going to take out probably the other wild card spot.
probably
So
most
it'd be
of them.
tough to slide in the wild card, but I think they'd probably have to win the division.
Yeah,
I don't know, but
they
there
finished
were
with 8 last year, and they had Kirk Cousins most of the year. Finished the season off with Penix.
yeah, Penix is better.
Got to 8. He'll definitely ball out. I think they could sneak like 10 wins.
Ben, how do you feel? Do you feel like you're making the playoffs this year?
Falcons, yeah.
Are you more confident than last year?
Yes.
I think I am too. I think I am too.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other thoughts, or are we moving?
I say we move on. Unless Ben's
yeah.
got
Okay,
something.
Nope.
Nope.
The Browns.
Browns.
The Browns really haven't done much.
We really haven't.
They got offensive tackle Cornelius Lucas, outside linebacker Joe Tyron Chiconia, and linebacker Devin Bush and D tackle Malik Collins. I mean, I don't know what to say about that. I just Kenneth, we don't have to talk about the exact signings. How do you feel about your team going into this season?
I mean, I can't really speak too much on how I feel about us. Because the draft hasn't happened yet, and the draft is like a key point for our team this season. We don't have much cap space, especially with the Deshaun stuff and all that. I think we're like the second lowest cap space, I think, in front of the Saints. I'm not too sure about that, but I think depending on who we draft and how they perform, I won't know how to feel about the Browns until like at least week 1 or week 2 of the season.
Okay, to get more specific, are you guys going to be contending for a playoff spot, or are you guys going to be tanking or just bad again? Where do you think you're going there? If it should be specific. Are you guys contending for a playoff spot, or are you guys going to?
I don't think we're gonna contend because we're not that good yet. That's just the harsh truth about it. I don't think we'll contend. Not even. I think we're like a few pieces away. I think give us next year, draft a solid quarterback, get a solid quarterback. Or have a Sam Darnold type of year with Kenny Pickett, and we win like 14 fucking games with Kenny Pickett and his ass, and we ball out. Who knows? But I think we'll win at least 5-6 games with the squad we have right now. Because we also need a running back. And a lot of holes are needing to be filled. We'll be bad for like this year, next year. And that's about it. That's how I feel about them right now.
Heard.
Did we lose them again?
We may have.
Yeah, we're losing them a little bit.
All right. Back to a 2-man.
Fine.
Oh,
I'm back.
he's back.
I was gone for like 2 minutes there. Kenneth, did you get your Brown thoughts out?
Yeah, I did. You'll just have to watch the pod to
Yeah, exactly. I'll have
to
to do that. I mean, sorry, viewers, for the Wi-Fi. It's tough sledding out here. My goodness. Any other thoughts on the Browns? Ben, you have any thoughts?
No, I think it's either Sidor or Travis Hunter at 2. I think it should be Travis Hunter.
Abdul,
I think it should be
though.
too. What?
Abdul, I'm fine with anybody.
I
Honestly,
think
I
I
think
understand Abdul like is cool, but you guys are just doubling up on a position rather than filling a position of need. And I feel like a position of need being filled is more important in a wide receiver / corner. I think that's more important than just doubling up on another elite edge.
Yeah.
true, but tell that to the Bengals.
Yeah, we'll get to them. We'll get to them. Okay.
As in, like them drafting Jamar Chase instead of O line that they need, instead of Panay
Hey, but
Sewell.
Jamar is that elite guy though.
Yeah.
Jamar is
So is
no, not a bad.
Abdul. So
Yeah,
is Abdul.
we don't know yet.
Yeah, we really don't know. We'll get there.
Okay. The Bills.
Oh,
The Bills made some, in my opinion, great moves this offseason. They re-signed Josh Allen, Khalil Shakir, and Greg Rousseau. They picked up Josh Palmer and Ty Johnson for the offense. And they also got Derek Forrest, Michael Hoyt, and of course the big one, edge rusher Joey Bosa.
Oh
I
yeah.
really, 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 really like their offseason. I talked a little bit with Ben earlier, but I have them as the Super Bowl favorites coming. Oh, the championship, like the AFC champions. I have
Yeah.
them as the AFC champion favorites. I think their one problem has always been getting pressure against the quarterback. I feel like that's always been their biggest problem. When it comes to these big games, it feels like Patrick Mahomes, it's only against the Chiefs, is always not under pressure, and that's obviously the way to beat him. But now you have Greg Rousseau and Joey Bosa. I think that's an amazing edge tandem. They also it's going to be another Josh Allen carry season, which I think obviously we saw him do. I don't know. I wish they got a true number one receiver, but Shakir, Palmer,
I
and
mean,
then you
they've got
still have
Keon Coleman on his rookie contract.
yeah, they have Coleman who hopefully his hands are a little better. They still have Kincaid.
Yep.
So it's not like the
They
worst,
still have
but
Dawson Knox too.
do they still have Knox?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not a bad tight end room either. But I really like that's the move that I feel like that propels them as the best team in the AFC. I love Joey Bosa as a 1 year, like not expensive, like no risk, high reward type thing. I think they killed it. They absolutely killed it.
Yeah.
What do you guys? Do you guys have any other thoughts? Do you guys want to speak on the Bills?
I'm hardly paying attention because this Alabama State St. Francis game is down to the wire. They threw it all the way down the court and took the lead by 2 with
Who
1
did?
second left. Alabama State did.
Not gonna lie. I decided not to watch that game because whoever is winning it is. I'm gonna say it. They're marching to their death. Um, they're not winning.
Alabama State
Happen.
over Auburn. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Kidding.
Auburn has been falling, but I mean it's ridiculous. Ben, do you have any other thoughts on the Bills or any thoughts?
No. Their off season was pretty good. I
I think
think
so.
the only big thing was upgrading from Von Miller to Joey Bosa.
Yeah.
I mean that's
Obviously, you
huge.
extend Gregory Rousseau, you extend Josh Allen,
Yeah.
and then I guess you get Josh Palmer.
Shakir back. Yeah, I mean I don't know. I like it a
Yeah,
lot.
extend Shakir. I
Super
mean,
Bowl
there's not
ceiling,
much change besides
but
upgrading.
I think it's marginal enough change to put them above everyone else, like in the AFC.
Yeah.
For me,
Because the Chiefs haven't really done much.
no, they've got worse. They've gotten
Yeah.
worse. Straight up.
And they're going to
Okay.
be as soon as the years go by.
They're getting worse. Okay.
Yeah.
Next team, Chi-Town. I mean, their entire offseason was trenches. They trade for Joe Thuney. They get guard Jonah Johnson, center Drew Dahlman, and on the defensive side, they get D lineman Deo Ojemudigudaba and they
Yep.
also signed Brady Jarrett.
Yep.
I mean, I think obviously, we can't talk much about trenches. There's not really much skill to like break down because we're not obviously staring at the offensive line. I want you guys to speak on how far is this Chicago team going? Are a wild card push? Are they winning a playoff game? Are they going to miss it completely? Where do you guys see them ending up at the end of the year?
I see them in the wild card as their ceiling.
You don't think they'll win one?
No. I think the NFC is getting stronger and stronger every year, and this year NFC was clear cut favorite to like be a dominant, like a really intense playoff push because you have teams like Commies, Lions, Eagles, Packers, Vikings, all like 13, 14 win teams, 12 win teams. Then you have the Bucks. But they were also a really good team this year. But I think the NFC is going to be such a tough, like, especially the NFC North. That's just going to be such a tough division next year. Lions are going to get better. I think they signed a corner. Vikings signed another corner as well. Packers are signing wide receivers. They signed McCole Hardman. I don't know if we're going over that, but
we're not going over.
Yeah. I think that NFC is going to be so tough. I think the Bears' ceiling is wild card. I think unrealistic take is them winning the division, but
that would be tough.
Yeah, that's like
I think their ceiling is their ceiling is a first round win. I mean, if they make the wild card, I think they can maybe win one. I think it's going to determine how Caleb Williams improves because it was weird. He didn't have like a steady improvement. It was more like 1 week he was getting the ball out fast and using his legs well. Maybe for 2 weeks, then it'd be like back to regression to where he was holding it too long. I mean, granted, he was behind a dog shit O-line. But I think if we just see more consistency from him, because we saw him play well, and we also saw him, it was a week-to-week thing, which is really weird. It's not like a steady improvement. But I think it's going to be on Caleb Williams and how this O-line works and who they pick with their 10th round pick. 10th pick in the draft, I'm sorry.
It's going to be Genty. I've come to that, and it's going to be Genty.
Ben, where do you think Chi-Town's ceiling is?
When Kenneth said their ceiling being a wild card berth, I was going to fight that. But as I was thinking, I think that's good. I think that is their ceiling because you think about the NFC
and the NFC North.
The Niners got worse, but they missed the playoffs this past year. Seahawks got worse, but they also missed the playoffs.
Seahawks got Sam Darnold and Cooper Kupp.
We'll get to them.
And so I think it would be insane for all of the NFC North to make the playoffs. And I still think they are the worst team in that division.
I agree.
That division's just so insane.
Yeah.
It's like the
but
AFC
you're saying
North
if you see them make a wild card, if you see them make a wild card spot, you don't think they have any chance of winning it?
No, because I mean, well, I guess they could beat the Falcons or the Buccaneers if they get the top. Like, assuming the Falcons or the Buccaneers are the worst, you're the 4 seed, and the Bears somehow lock up the 5th seed, I think they could win that. But if they're playing either the Eagles / the Commanders, they're playing. I guess they could beat the Rams. Okay, so maybe. Okay, I'm backpedaling now. I think their ceiling is a wild card win.
We're gonna get to the Commanders, but you guys don't think this run was fluky at all?
No.
You think because if we look through the regular season, I mean the Falcons. I mean the Bears almost beat them currently. The Falcons were really, really close to getting a wild card spot with them. They were obviously Jaden was unbelievable. I mean, the trend is a sophomore slump. You think this is the one that's good? We'll get to the Commanders, but I do think that maybe Chicago could also beat them. I can't. We'll get to the Commanders, but I mean, I think their ceiling is a first round win, and then I don't think they're going any further.
Yeah. So because
Because
you think of okay, so it's gonna the division winners are gonna be the Falcons and the Bucks. It's gonna be the
Eagles
Eagles
or
or the
Commanders? It's probably
Commies.
the Commanders because they have such an easy
No.
schedule compared to us. It's like ridiculous.
And then probably the Lions. And then
Rams.
what's the
The Rams. The
Rams?
Rams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that leaves in the wild card, the other team of the Falcons, Buccaneers, the other team of the Eagles, Commanders. That leaves the Bears, the Packers, and the Vikings,
And Seattle.
and the Niners if they come back. The Seahawks. That's a lot of competition.
Seattle did end tied with the Rams, but lost due to head to head. So
Yeah. Well,
the Seahawks
Seattle
should have.
Seattle also downgraded on talent in multiple places.
Yeah, I know.
Their offense, and they didn't fix the offensive line.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say that maybe if they were just the same team again, but I don't know what they're doing. As for Chicago, just as a team, they have an elite defense. They still have good weapons. Caleb Williams obviously showed bursts of talent, and if he cleans it up, I mean, like I see this team like if you just look at it on the paper, amazing defense, better O line. That was their one problem. They still have good weapons, a budding possible future superstar, and then maybe they get Genty or someone in the draft to even like propel them more. I like Chicago a lot. They might still again miss the playoffs completely just because of how insane that division is. But again, their ceiling is I think the first round win. I mean, we've gone back and forth on this.
I'm not gonna
Yes.
lie. If the Bears get Genty, I think that'll move them for me up to at least a one maybe conference championship berth.
Whoa!
If they get
That is a
Genty,
jump. That is a insane jump.
because not
But
only are they revamping the O line, Genty is able to run through any type of O line probably. Caleb Williams shows his playmaking abilities when he's rolling out the pocket and all that. And when the pocket collapses, he went through this season kind of like Bryce Young minus obviously Bryce Young was ass in year 1. Caleb Williams wasn't. He was actually good. But the Bears defense, I agree with what you said. They're actually really good.
exactly.
On the
I mean, I see
defensive
the same.
side, I just think Roma Dunze will have to step up this year.
I mean, DJ Moore's still good. Keenan Allen's still good.
They don't have
Okay,
Keenan
I
Allen.
mean, they don't. Where'd he go? Did he retire?
No, he's a free agent, I think.
Oh, I mean, I still like. I
Oh.
mean, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah. I mean, we've talked a lot about Chicago. All you Chicago fans, you guys are eating right now. You're so welcome. But I mean, I think we said our piece on Chicago. I think I'm pretty high on them. Okay, next team, the Cincinnati
They still
Bengals.
have him as of right now.
Yeah, they still have them. That's what I thought. Let's get into the Cincinnati. They signed Jamar Chase and T. Higgins to record-breaking deals. We already talked about 3 players are 46% of their entire cap space. Obviously, we understand how good Jamar and T are. They're the best 1-2 probably in the league, but we're not going to talk about the skill of them. Is this team going to make the playoffs this year? And in this Jamar T. Burrow, are they going to win anything significant?
No.
Is it? I mean, it's just straight up defense.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Defense is atrocious.
Not gonna get better. It's probably getting worse.
Yeah,
With losing Trey Hendrickson.
unless they use the power of friendship and shit, but I highly
I mean,
doubt
if
you'll
you sorry,
unless
you keep going.
unless the Bengals are able to score 50 plus in every single game, they're not making the playoffs.
I mean, if they even hit on a running back. I think it's kind of like a fun team. Like I think I talked to this one of you too, but the league is like their trajectory for offense keeps leaning more towards a more of a run first type of offense. With all these teams, all the amazing teams have a great ground game, and with the two high safety really like making it harder to throw the ball deep. So we're seeing a shift from years ago where it was just insane air attack. The Bengals still have that insane air attack with Burrow and obviously the best wide receiver duo in the league. So I think
Yeah.
it's fun what they're doing. But if I'm actually thinking of winning a game, I mean, if you even go back, what was their record when they made the Super Bowl? They didn't win it.
What year was
I
that?
do not know.
22,
Yeah,
21,
I think
22.
it was like 11 or like it
They
was only an
went
11 or 10
they
win
went
team.
12-4.
They went 12-4. Damn, I was wrong.
Yeah, I think
I'm tripping
this is the
balls.
year. Was it the year 22? No, it was 2021. They went 9-8.
Really? I was right. I thought they didn't win
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
So even in their Super Bowl run, they wasn't they squeaked in. No, they didn't squeak in. But you know what I mean? Like I think this team obviously we got really high on them because they have a great quarterback and they have great weapons and they made the Super Bowl. But I don't see this team making it back there. This is a very different team. The money has screwed them. The defense has screwed them. They still don't have an amazing offensive line. I don't. I see them missing the playoffs again. You guys, are they making the playoffs this year? Ben, you haven't talked in a while. Give us something.
Let me see. Who are the wild card teams? I think they'll make it in over the Steelers. I don't think the Steelers are making the playoffs this
Broncos are
year.
definitely making it.
Broncos are
Yep.
making it. Texans are
Chiefs are
making
Thing
making
it.
it.
about where are the
Chargers,
wild card teams?
Chargers, Chargers.
Yep.
Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos.
No, Chiefs.
That's
I mean, well,
Wild card.
well,
The wild
the
card
wild
was
card.
the
Chargers,
Steelers, the
Broncos.
Chargers, and the Broncos. Yeah, yeah. So I'd say Broncos are definitely making it again. And
I
Chargers,
say
I
the
think they'll
Chargers
make
are.
it again. And so I think I don't know
Jacksonville.
what the Dolphins.
I'm
No.
joking.
Don't sleep
No,
on the
Yeah.
Jets.
I'm
No.
sleeping on them.
Yeah.
But yeah, Miami healthy is they're kind. I mean, they were still played really good offense last year. I actually would.
Yeah,
I would have them as a wild card spot. Yeah, if they're healthy.
I could see Indianapolis making some type of run if A Rich
Maybe
pulls
I don't know.
some.
That's just. I mean, I feel like no. I'm pretty sure that the Texans are gonna just run that division again.
I mean, it was a 2 game difference between them. The
Yeah,
Colts
but I
and the
mean, they were a
Texans.
weird team. They were a weird team.
Yeah.
So Ben, you do have the Bengals making it when you actually break it down.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. When you're going over the teams, it's kind of like picking between them, the Steelers.
And the Dolphins.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're right. I still they're still in that tough division, but yeah, I see them squeaking in. You're right. I get
Kenneth,
my
you're
feelings
not
a wild card. What?
Kenneth, you're not vouching for the Browns?
For
Nope.
making the wild card,
Yeah.
Nope.
not this year, little bro. Not this year. Not this year. Next year,
Oh yeah.
I'll be more optimistic, but I'm not the optimistic this year.
Okay.
Unless some
So we got.
massive move happens, then I'll change my mind.
We'll see.
But like,
So Cincy making a wild card. That's our ceiling. Speaking on another, do you guys want to talk any more about Cincy?
nah.
Long-term future, Ben. I don't think it's great.
No.
They'll have to get
Yeah.
lucky in the draft with defense.
It's fun. I think yeah, that's most teams, but yeah, they're gonna really have to work some rookie contracts to improve this defense.
Yeah.
But speaking on those other AFC wildcard teams, or maybe not, Denver. I mean, all I put down was defense is gonna go crazy. You got Dre Greenlaw, Hufanga, DJ Jones, and I also like the pickup of Evan Ingram for the offense. Mark my words, they're going to have the best defense this year. I'm pretty cemented on my. They're going to be the best defense in the league this year. I think Sean Payton and Bo Nix, they have a good system. I think they kind of stuck to their ways in that Chiefs game. That Bills game. I'm sorry, which screwed them. They went into it. If you guys remember, saying we're gonna run the ball, we're gonna control the clock, we're gonna limit possessions to Josh Allen and the Bills, and that's how we're gonna win. Like Bo Nix didn't throw the ball downfield that much just because the game plan wasn't there. I think it was because they were underdog. I think they can lean much more on the defense this year. I think Bo Nix isn't going to have a sophomore slump. I think he can only get better. I still kind of like Sutland. Oh my gosh, Cortland
Sutton.
Sutton, I like
Yep.
Evan Ingram. I think Sean Payton's still a really good coach, even though he's a little ass. Yeah, I really like the Broncos this year.
You can
You
call
guys?
me crazy all you want. Broncos have a
Yeah.
good shot at winning the division.
Yes, that's what I mean,
Yep.
they definitely have a shot. I really, again,
they may or may not be my division winners next year. We'll have to see
division
though. We'll have to
is a little
see.
crazy.
We'll have to see.
I mean, it's still the Chiefs division, in my opinion.
Yes.
Let's not get too crazy. I know you're the biggest Chiefs hater ever, but they made the Super Bowl three years in a row. They still have amazing coordinators and coaches. They still have Patrick Mahomes and a good defense. I don't think they're losing the division. But yeah, Ben, what? I guess the ceiling for the Broncos for me would be a conference championship berth. I really think they're that good.
I
I don't think
agree.
they're winning anything else. But Ben, how do you see this team like shaping up this season?
Yeah, I like their chances of being a great team. I think they'll probably leapfrog the Chargers
Yes, I agree.
as second best team in the AFC West. Um, I do think the Chiefs are still the best team
Yes,
in that division, but I do think the Broncos are going to be the second best team, and they're going to make the playoffs. And it's a test to see how good that offense is going to be, because, like you said, that defense is
I think it's gonna
pretty
be the
much
best in the
locked
league.
into being a top five
Yeah,
already, and it's
they
very
only got
likely that
better.
they'll be the best.
Yeah. Okay. Well, again, I'm putting faith in Bo Nix getting a little better, and Sean Payton being a great coach. But
I'm a
what?
pure believer.
Yes, you are Oregon boy.
I'm a full bred believer.
You see that picture with Bo Herbert and the other quarterback?
I think so. Dylan Gabriel or Marcus
Yeah,
Mariota?
Gabriel. He's such a tiny little fella.
Dylan Gabriel? Yeah.
Yeah, he is so tiny between them two.
Yep.
But again, we're gonna stick in the same division. The Chargers, their big moves were getting Mekhi Becton, Najee. They also picked up Mike Williams and just a bunch of like little improvements on the defense. I'm gonna speak from obviously experience of watching every game of Mekhi Becton this year. He is a great run blocker. They love to run the ball. I think Harbaugh definitely has a way to play. He likes a certain like scheme on offense, and it's pound the rock and not get too crazy, and just control the ball on the line of scrimmage. Makai's going to help with that. Even though I'm not a huge Najee guy, he can be a workhorse guy who's going to get a bunch of touches. And he's perfect. I would say he's kind of like the Chiefs offense last year, where they ran the ball a lot with whoever they had back there, Pacheco. But they were always getting like third and shorts, and I think that's what Harbaugh wants to do the same thing. And Mackay and Najee are perfect for that. And obviously, I mean, I think they're going to be another great, well-coached team. The AFC West, or is it what is it's AFC West, right? That division.
Yeah.
They might be the best coached division in the league by far.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah.
That's nasty. I just thought about it all. They are great coach teams.
For people that don't know, for the viewers that don't know, the AFC West coaches, it's Andy Reid with the Chiefs, Jim Harbaugh with the Chargers, Sean Payton with the Broncos, and Pete Carroll, who is the new head coach for the Raiders.
Yeah, that I cannot wait to see how this division shapes up, because I have the Raiders actually being not bad either.
Yeah.
But as for the Chargers, I think we kind of we saw a absolute disaster class for Herbert. Obviously, in this playoff, I think he is a better quarterback than that. So as a ceiling, I have. I have them low in the Broncos. I have a second round in the playoff. I think that's as far as they get.
I respect that.
Yeah. Do you guys have any thoughts on the Chargers moves they made? I think they just improved on their scheme overall and what John Harbaugh wants to do.
No, I think you touched on every point about the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
They did lose Joshua Palmer.
But they got
Mike. They got Mike Williams.
And they have Quentin Johnston.
He's going.
He was low key better.
He'll ball.
It's still from dog shit to regular poop.
Yeah.
But he was better, and I mean, it's not the greatest player, but he definitely was a lot better than last year. He just obviously he also didn't have good, like he ended the year pretty bad. But if he can stay like the mid-season level he was at, then he's a fine deep threat.
Yeah.
Okay, I got nothing else on Chargers. Let's move on to the Rams. Rams re-signed Matt Stafford, which was huge for them to stay contenders, and they replaced Cooper Kupp with Devontae Adams. I really like this. I really, really like this. I think they're going to win their division. I think they pushed the Eagles to the closest brink of death. It just happened to be that Saquon Barkley owns that sorry-ass defense. Suck my dick. Jared Verse. Barkley literally, what did he have? He had like 250 in the regular season game. He had like 230 in the playoffs.
Yep.
That's ridiculous. That's so stupid. That's so ridiculous. I do think their defense is going to get better this year, though. They have their D line is disgusting. They have a very, very good D line, which obviously they still got pressure on Hurts, but they're only going to get better on the back end too. I really still like this team. I think Devontae Adams is healthier than Cooper Kupp. I think he might be just straight up better than Cooper Kupp. It's tough to say because we haven't seen a lot of Cooper. We haven't seen him get in a rhythm and actually play enough games to see where he's at ability wise. But Tay still is not washed. He's great. Matt Stafford's still good. I like this. I like this a lot for the Rams. You guys? Oh yeah, my ceiling is conference championship berth because of the coaching and everything else.
I like the Rams this year. I feel like they're just the only way they can go is up from here.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Devontae Adams has a lot of cap with them. Or no, they signed him, didn't they?
They signed him. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
2 years.
I mean, I don't think. The only way that they can get better is by drafting defense. That's it.
Which they're gonna do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I really like the Rams. Where do you see their ceiling at?
I see them as a conference championship appearance.
Because they were really close to beating us.
Yep.
And they only got better.
Yep.
Ben, what do you think about the Rams?
Yeah, I definitely think they can make another run at the Super Bowl. I think especially after the Niners just fell off a cliff after this free agency, I think they're locked into winning the division again. and
Yeah, I agree.
they may have a favorable first round matchup. I mean, they were the 4 seed and they were fine with it, and they played the 14-2. Is it 14-2 or
Vikings
14-3 or 15-2?
They
15 and I
played
I
mean
think
it was 14-3, 14-3 because
14
they
and
lost to the Lions at the end.
14-3
or-
Vikings
yeah,
Yeah.
and they beat them. So
by a lot.
And then
obviously,
they took us to the final snap.
Yep.
yeah.
Thank you, Jalen Carter and Darius Slay.
Hmm.
My goodness, that was scary.
And shout out Saquon.
But yeah, of course. But yeah, I was talking
slapping
about the
his
very end of the game.
helmet
Yeah.
in the slapping his helmet.
God, and then he did his little arm wave thing. Oh,
Oh,
my
yeah.
gosh, I cannot tell you how many times I'm gonna be watching the highlights from the playoff and run for the rest of my life. Oh my, I've seen it so much. Just is all over my feed. I follow a bunch of Eagle accounts, like still not forgetting Eagles won the Super Bowl 4 weeks ago with like a highlight reel. Like, yep, keep it coming. But that's on the Rams. Let's go back over to the AFC West. The Raiders make some insane moves. They retain Max Crosby. They extend him. They trade for Geno Smith, which is insane. They finally have a real quarterback. They also get defensive pieces like Jeremy Chin, Kuntz, Lonnie Johnson, Eric Strokes, and Landon Roberts, and they have the 6th-round pick in this year's draft.
That
I
Tataroa McMillan draft selection is gonna hit different.
Brock Bowers, Tetaroa McMillan, Jacoby Myers. I mean, my goodness, this team, I think, is on my list of, or like highest on my list of teams that can turn it around from an awful record to like being real playoff contenders. I feel
Yep.
like this is I've been a Geno Smith guy for a long time. I feel like people get too hung up on the interception numbers last year, but since he emerged as a good quarterback, he has not had that many. It was kind of like the Josh Allen thing last year, where there was some outlier, too many interceptions, and then he obviously brought it down. I think we saw one outlier year of too many interceptions, but he's going to bring it down, kind of like
Mhm.
Jalen Hurts 2 years ago, where he had MVP, too many interceptions, and then he brought it down again this year. I think he's going to be back down to controlling the ball better. I like their defense. I like how they improved. I like Max Crosby a lot. He plays his ass off every single play. I like their O-line better than Seahawks. I like Brock. I like Jacoby. We'll see what they do in the draft. I mean, the AFC West is going to be a bloodbath. My
Yep.
goodness. I mean, I obviously love Pete Carroll too. Gino and him get to reconnect. This is a wild card team to me. I really like the Raiders. I cannot wait to. I'm going to be really paying attention to them this season just because I love Gino and I really want him to make one more run before he retires.
I'm gonna be paying attention to every team this year.
Yeah, me too. But yeah,
I'm honestly excited for the season, and it's literally ended like a month ago.
I know
And
it's like so many days.
yeah. But at least we got NBA March Madness and
Baseball. And then NHL is
and
coming up.
NHL playoffs, the Stanley Cup playoffs. You know,
Mhm.
it's gonna be fire.
Where do you, Kenneth? What's your ceiling for the Raiders?
I used to be a Raiders fan back when Derek Carr played. Shout out,
Really,
shout out Derek Carr. He was an absolute
Derek
dog.
Carr.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
snapped his leg in half, and I became a fan. And they were
Okay.
also pretty good. And then they just fell off from there and lost in
Maybe.
the first round of the playoffs to the Texans. Deshaun Watson Texans. That was back when Deshaun Watson was good and Josh Allen was bad. Yeah.
Those were the times.
Those were the days. But as an ex-Raiders fan myself, I think the Raiders could definitely make a wild card push because the AFC is more weak, I would say. Like you could win like 8 or so games and still be in playoff contention. But I still feel like they can definitely make that wild card push. If
Yeah,
not,
I don't know. I
they'll
think this is the type of team where they make the wild card push, but they don't win one.
yeah.
mean, maybe they could, obviously. So I guess the absolute ceiling is a second round exit because I feel like making the wild card means you can win it.
Yeah.
Like that's just kind of like the thoughts in my head are like if you're making the wild card, I feel like your ceiling should be winning it, and then you leave. But I feel like that's exactly where the Raiders are.
Yeah. They're like they just
Okay.
get there and then they're booted, probably.
Yes.
Or
Yeah. I
get
mean, yeah.
or
Well,
they're like the Broncos of this year, or like the Steelers. Like they just sneak in and then they're
yeah.
just gone immediately.
But my biggest difference is that if you look at the Steelers, it's quarterback play and
Yep.
coaching that kind of limits them, and I feel like obviously the Raiders improve on both of those.
Yeah.
And for the Broncos, I feel like it was just them going against the Bills, who are an absolute superpower,
Yeah.
and
With no
also
with
the
not
first time Bo Nix was in the playoffs, and
yeah.
there's still some like weapon concern for
Still
them. They
some
still don't have like the superpower weapons.
still some
So I
holes
mean,
to
I really
fix,
this
yeah.
Raiders team I feel like has less flaws.
They just didn't
Yeah.
have coaching last year and they just played awful. They just didn't
Yeah.
have the quarterback, honestly, because they had what, Jimmy Garoppolo, Aiden O'Connell,
True. Gardner Minshew.
Gardner Minshew as well. They had him for
Well,
like a few games.
their defense was hurt. Their defense wasn't very good,
Their defense is
and
always hurt, I
quarterback
feel like.
their quarterback was just complete shit.
I
It was the
mean,
worst quarterback in the league.
no hate to Aiden O'Connell. Honestly, he's a good quarterback. He
Nope.
he threw for like 300 yards against the Chiefs and won,
That doesn't
I
mean he's
think.
good.
That's true. But he threw for 340 yards against the Chiefs, which is pretty good. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, they had Minshew for most of the year, then O'Connell, and then I'm looking at their schedule right now, and Desmond Ritter played,
Yes, he did.
had the highest in pass and the highest in rush in that game.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's not they
that
them having
was
Geno is gonna help so much.
Yeah, that game was awful. Kirk
Yeah.
Cousins threw for 112. I feel like at that point we knew the Falcons were gonna go to swerve to
Oh my
Penix
gosh.
from
Yeah,
there.
that was
Yeah.
like, oh my god. Do you have any
Uh,
thoughts on the Raiders, or do you want to keep rolling?
um, I feel like I said my piece. I think they'll make the wild card. They'll definitely be a better team than they were this year and last
Yes,
year. Pete Carroll is a good coach. Hopefully he doesn't croak on the sideline.
he'll be okay.
Like
His nutrition. Have you seen his nutrition stuff?
no,
He's like an insane like nutrition freak, where he might be that old, but subtract like 5 years for how well he takes care of his body.
that's good. That's good. I
Like
like
he's
that.
like an insane like he's on like a strict diet. He works out. He's actually extremely fit. He can still run marathons. Was he like
Talking about
70?
Aaron Rodgers.
We're talking about Pete Carroll.
Uh-huh.
Um,
But
but yeah,
yeah,
I mean Ben,
that's my
Ben,
piece
what's
on it.
your quickly Ben? What is your ceiling on the Raiders this year? Ceiling.
Yeah, that game against the Falcons was Kirk Cousins' last game. He was benched after
Yeah, we
that.
talked about that.
Um,
Your
but
112 yards, Kirk Cousins.
yeah, I don't see the Raiders really doing anything at all. I mean, they don't have a running back. They don't have a wide receiver one. They
Jacoby
do
and
obviously
or
have.
Peteira.
Yep,
Tataroa and Brock
they do have
Bowers.
Brock Bowers. I don't
Exactly.
think their O line is anything to write home about. Same with their defense in general. They lost a lot of guys on defense.
They just need
And
secondary.
no, they lost Divine Diablo, obviously, and they lost some guy on the edge who they were saying was their best defensive guy, besides Max Crosby, obviously. But yeah, I don't think they're going to contend for even a playoff spot, wild card. I mean, same thing.
I think they're contending for a wild card spot. I really like them. But let's keep actually before we talk anymore, let's take a quick little detour. North Carolina just started their game against San Diego State.
Yeah.
Ben, North Carolina fan, should they have made it?
Yeah.
You think they should have?
Mm, We
Over
were
West
what,
Virginia.
1-13 and quad 1 wins.
Yeah,
Which
and West
I didn't know
Virginia
what that
had.
meant until Kenneth looked
Yeah.
it up.
Yeah, that's very bad.
For the viewers at home, it's your record against top 30 ranked teams at when you're at home. Your record against top 50 teams when you're at a neutral site, or your record against top 70 teams when you're on the road combined.
Do you
And we were
remember West
113.
Virginia's?
No.
West Virginia had 3 wins in the top 10. They were really good against quad 1 teams. I can't believe they didn't make it. Do you think there's anything to say about the North Carolina athletic director being on the panel that picks the teams?
They made him go out the room.
Yeah, he wasn't in
They
the room
say
during
that.
selection,
They
but
say
still.
I watched
They
the
say that.
entire selection.
You don't think
show.
he has any sway?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
You see, West Virginia is going to file a complaint or
Yep.
They
something.
should. I mean,
File
I don't
something.
enough.
It's kind
Like,
of like
I like North Carolina more than West Virginia, but it's shady.
it's
Like maybe North Carolina should have made it, but not over that team. That's my thing.
It's kind of like when Florida State went undefeated with Jordan Travis, and
That made more sense. But did you see why they said West Virginia didn't make it? Do you guys remember?
because of non-conference strength of schedule.
No.
That was one
They
of the
said it's
reasons.
because their main guy was hurt. He's been hurt since week 3. That's
Wow.
it's irrelevant. Guys hear that?
I heard that
No.
it was
Okay.
North Carolina's non-conference strength of schedule.
I can't believe North Carolina made it over West Virginia. Maybe they should have made it because they also brought, I think it was Florida to the brink of defeat. But
And Duke.
and Duke, obviously, without flag, that's fine.
Still.
Yeah, Duke's still really good. But I think it's weird that North Carolina's athletic director, I don't know if he had more sway against other ACC teams because Clemson and Louisville should have been higher, like a seeding wise. Same with Clemson. Louisville got screwed by the seeding. They play Auburn in the next round if they get past first. They made the ACC championship. They're better than that. I don't know. Enough talk about March Madness. We'll get more into that.
Later on in
Wanna
the
keep-
pod.
Yeah. Obviously, go North Carolina. I'm not salty about it. I still like North Carolina as a team. I love RJ Davis, and they have cool colors. And we know the legend Spencer Dalton. Obviously, viewers know who that is. UNC
Oh,
legend.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
We shown in this episode specifically.
we
for
showing
that.
him?
Yeah, we sending it to him.
No.
Yeah.
Are we sending it to him?
Yeah, we'll have them on the pod soon.
I wish.
He would come on. I'm not joking.
We
I'm being completely serious.
We could get him.
If we do ask him about his career.
Yeah.
And who's the legendary North Carolina coach?
What's his name? Roy,
Yeah.
right? Roy Williams.
Yes. Yeah, he obviously he played under him for 3 years. So he has stories about his crazy coaching, which obviously would be super interesting.
Yeah.
So he would genuinely come on just because he's a nice guy. But we would have to try to act super professional.
Yeah.
Well, we are always.
We are always professional.
Yeah, just kind of very. Yeah. No. Please timestamp it. I didn't even realize it. No. You timestamp it?
58:40-ish.
Oops.
Oh, you can't say that.
Okay. I'll keep it.
We keep it rolling.
Let's keep it rolling.
Yep. I love the little 3 over the face Selly after hitting a 3.
Jalen Brunson one.
Yep.
Disgusting. Okay, Ben, I kind of wanted to maybe pitch this idea at you. Do you want to call your dad in for a possible his thoughts on the Steelers, or do you want us to keep rolling?
We need to keep rolling. He's in bed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, obviously, we're talking about the Steelers now. They pick up DK Metcalf through a trade. They lose Najee, but pick up Kenneth Gainwell. The big question is who's going to be their quarterback. And also they made some good defensive moves. Obviously, they may have Play and some other people. But who's going to be their quarterback? That's what's going to come down to. They're going to have a good defense. Who's going to be their quarterback?
I've seen
I know
Aaron
my dad.
Rodgers.
My dad really does not want Aaron Rodgers.
I don't think anybody wants Aaron Rodgers except for the
So he
Giants.
wants to stick with Russ?
I don't even know.
Because, I mean, you guys are probably going to contend this year. You guys still have a great defense. You guys have Pickett and Pickens. I mean, DK. Ugh. You have Metcalf and Pickens. Like, you guys are going to contend.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think they're going to do this year? What's their ceiling? What's their floor? Are they going to make a wild card push again?
I think their ceiling, or I think their floor is over 500.
Over 500?
Yep.
Ben, do you remember? Have you talked to your dad about it?
No. I mean, I've told him that I think they should stop. They should just give up on their little streak.
They're not going to, though.
Yeah, they need to.
They're going to try to make another push. You don't have Pickens and DK and not try to make a push. That wouldn't make sense, right?
Yeah.
I think I see their ceiling as the same thing this year. They're still going to have a great defense. They're still going to have good weapons. Russ wasn't the worst. Maybe Arthur Smith will be a better coordinator. We'll see. Probably not. But, yeah. Ceiling, I don't know. What's the record? It's like 10 win. Was it 10 win seasons?
Over 500.
Over 500. That's it?
Yeah, it's just winning seasons.
I thought it was better than that. That's not that crazy. Okay, yeah, they'll keep that going.
Yep.
Okay. Boring Steelers. Is there anything else about them?
Nope.
Cool. Okay. Next, we have the Seahawks. They completely revamped their offense. They lost DK, Gino, Lockett, and they replaced them with Darnold, Kupp, and Marquez Valdez-Scantling. They also picked up DeMarcus Lawrence. Like, it's a cool piece, but what is this team doing? What are they doing? I don't know.
Yeah.
Are they trying to win? Are they tanking? What do you guys think what do you think their season's going to look like at the end of this year?
I think the Seahawks will be like a mid-level team. Like they'll be over 500. I feel like they'll have a winning season depending on how Sam Darnold does. Because Sam Darnold is going to either be really good or really bad. And
Here's kind of a fun question. Who's going to do better? San Fran or the Seahawks?
San Fran.
So, yeah, Seahawks don't have a very good path. I mean, their biggest problem is offensive line. They did nothing to improve that. Sam Darnold is not great under pressure. You saw it in the last 2 games of the season. That's what really rattled him. They downgrade on offensive talent. I mean, it's just like, what is this team doing? I don't know.
Yeah.
Sad team. Maybe Sam Darnold play good, but we'll see. I have this team. Their ceiling is being second in the NFC West. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Like not great. Not great. Okay. We got 3 more teams. Let's stick in the same division. Let's go to the Niners. While we're already
Woohoo.
kind of on the topic, let's go down the line. They traded Deebo Samuel. They cut Kyle Juszczyk, Leonard Floyd,
They brought him
Javon
back.
Hargrave. Yeah, they did. They did get him back. Javon Hargrave, Malik Collins, and then Drake Greenlaw left. Chardavius Ward left. Hufanga left. Aaron Banks left. Jalen Moore left. Elijah Mitchell left.
Jordan Mason
And
left. He got traded to the Vikings.
is this team's window done? Is it closed?
I don't think so. I feel like their defense definitely took a big hit, but most of their defense was injured, I would say, and their offense was injured at one at a time. Like Brandon Ayuk was out for the year. Deebo Samuel was old. They needed to get him out. Christian McCaffrey injured all year. Hardly saw the field, but when he did see the field, they played decent. But I feel like their offense, Brock Purdy is able to get the job done. We don't know what they're gonna do with defense. I feel like they have I feel like they have something up their sleeve. If not, I know Kyle Shanahan is able to win games. He did it with Jimmy Garoppolo. But yeah, they just gotta figure something out.
I know you're kind of like a San Fran fan, so you still have them in contention.
I have them in playoff potential. I don't see
Ben,
that. I don't.
Before I make my decision.
They're in playoff contention. They're not in Super Bowl contention.
That's what I was gonna say.
We've been over this earlier with the Bears, but there's just so many teams fighting for the wild card spot, and I think maybe people are too focused on this past year and not the years prior. I mean, they were without CMC, Debo, who I guess is now gone, but they're without Ayuk and Kittle for part of the year, and they're down to Isaac Guerrero for part of the year, and so I think they'll definitely bounce back. Not to Super Bowl contention, but they'll definitely contend for a playoff spot.
So I'm gonna go over the positives first. I really like Juwan Jennings. I think the Debo move is not gonna hurt them. I think if CMC's healthy, he's at least a good back still. He's maybe just a little old. I do like Brock Purdy. I think he's good. I love their coaching. And they at least have one more year of Trent Williams.
Because they also got Robert Saleh as their DC, right?
Robert Saleh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's gonna be huge for their defense.
After all that, I do think that this defense and the overall talent around the league is gonna hurt them a lot. I think I'm on your guys' side where they'll push for a wild card spot, but I don't think they're gonna be talked about like a real contender this year. And I mean I don't think that like their superpower, just like the Eagles, was overwhelming talent everywhere, and they lost that overwhelming talent everywhere to where they're now just a good team. But yeah, that's all I got on them. You guys want to talk any more about San Fran or keep it rolling?
We can keep it rolling.
Yeah.
Okay. Commanders. The Commanders obviously made an insane run last year, got to the conference finals, and they addressed some of their concerns. They added Deebo Samuel. They retained Zach Ertz. They also got Laramie Tunsil, which is huge for their offensive line. They got Jonathan Jones, Javon Kinlaw, Will Harris, and Eddie Goldman, along with Dietrich Wise.
They retained B-Wag.
I'm still going!
Ah!
And kept Bobby Wagner.
Yeah.
So
I'm still going.
I mean, they're going to be good. They only improved from last year. I think I'm interested in what you guys are going to say. What's their ceiling? Was last year a semi fluke? Are they just kind of like a good team that went on an insane run, beating the Lions, getting in the playoffs, or is this team a Super Bowl contender?
I'm currently looking into my computer screen, giving you the Jalen Hurts look of the magazine cover.
Look,
Yeah.
the GQ magazine.
I think the Commies are Super Bowl contenders. I feel like this year was not a fluke. I think the Commies have a really good shot of not even having having the best record in the league, but that also possibly winning the Super Bowl. They were so close this year. They lost in the conference championship?
Yeah, they got their ass waxed.
Yeah. That's because the Eagles were just dialed. I feel like if the Commies can make it past the Eagles or sneak past like the Eagles, you know, they don't face them in the playoffs, I feel like they make the playoff. They
beat
make
the
the
Lions.
Super Bowl. They did beat the Lions. That's why I said that if they can sneak past the Eagles, where they don't have to play Philly on their route, I think they'll be fine.
Ben, he has them as a Super Bowl contender. Where are you at, Ben?
Yeah, I agree.
I don't.
I well, no. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna get as far. Not to compare us to the NBA, but I think they're the Pacers of last year or the
A lot
Atlanta
of
Hawks
comments,
of
yeah.
2021.
I don't think they're that bad, but
Well, I mean, those teams still made the playoffs the years after, but they never got back to the Eastern Conference Finals, which I don't think the
the Pacers
Commanders are gonna
might.
do again.
All right. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
I think I have a limit on how many teams I can put in like Super Bowl contention.
I feel like
So when
it's
I
at
go down it,
least 4
I have the
that you could
Eagles,
put.
I have the Bills, I have the Chiefs, and I have the Lions.
And the Falcons. Yep.
Yep, of course. And the Browns.
Oh yeah, absolutely not.
I don't have. There's not enough space for them.
I respect
I
that.
just. I mean, like, obviously, there's a bunch of teams that are really good. Like, the Vikings were just off my Super Bowl contenders last year. Like, it's just. I don't know. I just don't have them. I don't have them there.
It's
I think they're going
just
to be really good again.
it's just limited space in your rankings that you just can't
And
put them in
there's
there.
not a question in my mind that I would rather all of those teams that I just named over the Commanders,
Yeah.
including I'd also have the Ravens over them. But yeah. So they're like the sixth best team in the league, or less. So I'm pretty cemented on that. Okay, I still think they're gonna be really good. They're gonna be scary. I think they'll win the division next year because NFC East teams do not repeat winning divisions. Just not what we do. Yeah, that's all I got on the Commanders. Do you guys want to say anything else?
Nah. I
Okay.
just gotta hope that Jaden Daniels doesn't go in that sophomore slump.
I mean, people said CJ wasn't going to, and he kind of did.
I mean, I don't think he will. It just depends on how he works in this off season. Because
He works his ass off.
I know that. I know he's gonna work his ass off. You just never know. He could get injured this upcoming season. Anybody could. You never know.
That's not a sophomore slump. That's just luck.
I know. I'm just saying, people could get injured in the off season, whatever, and then sophomore slump comes around or whatever. You never know.
Heard. Okay, last one.
Woohoo.
The Super Bowl champions.
Philly.
Let's go down it. We lost a lot of guys.
Oh,
Slay
yeah.
went to the Steelers. Sweat went to the Cardinals. Brandon Graham just retired today. Cena Gardner-Johnson got traded to the Texans. Milton Williams got signed by the Patriots. Warren Burks also went to the Cardinals. Great pickup. Mekhi Becton went to the Chargers. Kenneth Gainwell went to the Steelers. A lot of important players.
Yeah.
Let's not get that mixed up. Those guys are important. But the Eagles defense still has Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, Jordan Davis, Zach Bond, Quinion Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, Reed Blankenship, and of course Vic Fangio. We're gonna be okay there. We also replaced Kenneth Gainwell with AJ Dillon. We replaced Mekhi Becton with Kenyon Green, and we get Azeez Ojulari from the Giants, just taking their lunch money and kicking them down the stairs. I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously, I think we all understand this team is going to be good next year. I just want, is there a chance that they repeat, or is it just, is that, would you guys bet on them repeating or getting the Super Bowl again, or would you take everyone else in the NFC? I don't know. I mean, I guess I can word that better. What do you guys think the Eagles are going to do next year?
Ben, I need time to think on this one. You go.
Okay. Yeah, I think they're my favorite to win the Super Bowl. I think they have the
Really?
best shot. Yeah. Um, I mean, yeah, you lost some guys on defense, but you've pretty much made it back with just the depth you already had, and then, like you said, getting Ojulari and other guys. And here I'm going over here to a betting thing to see who they have as the favorite. But yeah, I'd give it to the Eagles. I mean, they're battle tested. They just won a Super Bowl. They went against the team that was about a three-peat. And yeah, the Eagles have the best chances, followed by the Chiefs, with the Chiefs have the same odds as the Bills and the Ravens. And then it's the Lions, and then it's Commanders.
We're the Falcons.
Plus
Falcons are probably
7,500.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Yep, go.
the Niners and the Bengals both have higher odds of winning the Super Bowl than the Rams and the Packers.
What?
And the Broncos have the same odds of winning the Super Bowl as the Buccaneers, Texans, and Bears.
Yeah.
Wow.
Steelers have a better chance of winning the Super Bowl as the Seahawks, Dolphins, Falcons, Raiders, Cardinals.
That's fair. um, some of those are crazy. Like, but some of those are, I don't know. I don't know. The Eagles are going to be good next year. We have an absolute hell of a schedule to get through. We also maybe have a little bit of brain drain incoming with us losing Kellen Moore to the Saints. We're upgrading from inside again, like inside the organization, which did not work last year. But apparently, we're doing kind of like as a committee this time, where a bunch of guys are going to be able to like input into it, the offense itself. So maybe it'll be okay. But I do not think we're going to repeat next year. I think the line this has to be the Lions' year. If the Lions don't win it this year, how many more years can they go into the season saying it's Super Bowl or bust and not make the Super Bowl, and the morale just doesn't get killed again?
I think
Because
at
this year
least
was, my goodness, this year is like an all-time low. You lose to the Commanders at home. Like you throw the game against the San Francisco 49ers. I mean, if they choke again in the playoffs, I don't know. I mean, their Super Bowl window is closing, in my opinion,
I'd give it like 2, maybe 3 years.
for the Lions.
Yeah, including this year. So like, if 2 years, it'll be this year and the year after that. But if it's 3, then
But
it's this year plus the
how
2
long is
extra.
Goff going to be good?
That's. I think he'll be decent the whole time. I don't. I can see the Lions rocking with Goff, and then in a few years they trade for like Joe Milton or Jordan Travis.
God, my
And
boy loves Joe Milton.
yeah, he's him.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts on the Eagles?
I never got my piece in about what I think they'll do. I let Ben go ahead, so I could think about it. I think the Eagles will definitely be a top seed. That schedule is really tough. I'm not looking at it right now, but I do remember it having like what the Chiefs, Bills, Lions on there
I'll
as
quickly look
some.
it up again.
Yeah,
I mean, it's probably my recent lookups. It's
it's
insane.
yeah, it's gonna be really difficult. I think the offense is gonna stay the same. It's like it just depends on how smart Jalen Hurts is with the ball. Saquon's gonna be okay. He's gonna be elite again. And
Here it is. I got it up when you want to hear it.
the defense, yeah, y'all lost some pieces, but y'all are still the same old Eagles. You
Still
know?
have Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, Saquon
We still have
Barkley,
AJ Brown,
AJ Brown,
Dallas
Devonta
Goddard.
Smith, Jahan Dotson, Dallas Goddard, and
We still have an
Jalen
insane
Hurts.
O line.
Yep.
We got a better backup running back. We still got Vic Fangio.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna run down it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over only the hard games. Would you
Yeah.
guys consider the Cowboys a hard game?
No.
Okay.
No.
Washington, Bears, Lions, Broncos, Rams, Washington again, Buccaneers, Green Bay, Chiefs, Chargers, Vikings, Bills.
Yep.
And then the easy games are Cowboys twice, Giants twice, and then the Raiders.
Damn.
Yeah, that's tough.
Okay. I'm gonna
What?
go through. So I'm still on DraftKings. Y'all tell me the order of where you think this division's gonna end with the standings, starting with the AFC North.
AFC North?
Lions, Green Bay.
That's
AFC.
AFC.
Damn it.
Are we taking turns here, or are we just
Yeah.
like
Sure. Take Andrew.
I'm sorry, I have
One
food in
through
my
four.
mouth.
Okay, Kenneth.
AFC North? It's gonna be Ravens. I think. Steelers, Bengals, Browns.
All right, Andrew.
Bengals. No, I'm joking. Ravens, Bengals, Steelers, Browns.
Yep.
One of those,
Andrew's
yeah.
is the correct order.
Yeah.
The Bengals are plus 200 to win the division, while the Steelers are plus 500.
Yeah.
And for the AFC East,
Oh, it's to
the
win.
Patriots, the Patriots are plus 700 to win the division, while the Jets are plus 1,400.
I don't hate it.
It's
The
interesting.
Patriots improved a lot.
Yep.
What about the AFC South for y'all?
It's gonna be Bucks at 1, then Falcons.
That's NFC.
Texans. I like Jacksonville, but no. Indy, Jacksonville. Who else is in that division?
The
Titans.
Titans.
Yep. Oh, okay. Titans might finish 3. We'll see where they draft.
Texans, Jags, Colts, Titans.
Yep. Kenneth is the correct order for what DraftKings has.
Heck
And then for the
yeah.
AFC West, Chiefs are number 1, but what's your 2 and 3?
Chargers,
Broncos.
Broncos.
They have Chargers and then
Ah!
Broncos. Okay, how about this? How about the NFC North?
NFC North. Lions are 1.
Yep.
Green Bay,
Vikings are
Yep.
2.
Chicago,
Okay.
Nope.
Vikings.
Packers are 2.
Are we
Vikings are
guessing?
3.
Or I'm just going
Bears
off.
are 4.
I was giving mine.
Yeah,
We
you can
were-
just say yours.
Yeah,
That's what I was doing.
We were just kind of going.
It's
Yeah,
Lions, then Packers,
Vikings,
then
Green
Vikings,
Bay.
then Bears.
Bears, Vikings at the bottom.
AFC East? NFC? Sorry, NFC East.
Philly,
Commanders.
Commies, Cowboys, Giants.
Yeah, Kenneth's right. Eagles are 1. NFC South?
Bucks, Falcons, Panthers, Saints.
Yep, Kenneth got it.
Yep.
Falcons are plus 230 to win the division.
Yeah, because Penix is having his first full season.
I just put $20 on it.
Okay.
How much faith you got in Penix?
A lot.
What do you think his ceiling is as a quarterback?
I don't know if it was Kurt Benkert or just some random dude, but they said they were watching Penix tape and it reminded them of Dan Marino. So I mean,
Dan Marino. That's
yep,
an interesting comp.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because Dan Marino is obviously very good.
And what team did Dan Marino play on?
The Dolphins.
Good job. Okay,
Are you
I'm
finally.
not.
Are you kidding?
The what?
What?
He knows that. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. I'm not
Okay.
a casual. Who do you think I
Okay,
am?
finally. The NFC West. What are y'all's order?
It's Rams, Niners, Seahawks.
Cardinals.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, I love the Cardinals so much, but yeah, that's the order.
Okay.
That's the order of DraftKings.
The
I don't think Cardinals win.
Niners. The Niners are the favorites.
La 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 la.
Yep.
That
Of course they are.
makes
And then
sense.
Seahawks and Cardinals are tied for the lowest odds. They're tied.
Well, yeah,
Happens.
makes sense. They both suck. Well,
Yeah.
We're gonna go.
Well,
Is that it for the NFL section?
I think it is.
Actually, before we do it, I mean, the Ravens didn't really make a giant move, so we didn't ask about their ceiling. But
did get
what do you guys think
D-Hop.
their ceiling is? Oh yeah, they got D-Hop. Yeah, I mean, I don't.
I
I
think
didn't feel like writing
I
that down.
think it's conference championship.
Ben,
you said for who?
The
Ravens.
Super Bowl winning. I think they're a contender.
I do too. I really like them a lot. Okay. I mean, that's it. I think we hit everybody. Let's
Alright.
go.
For,
Let's go into MLB, right?
We'll just skim. We'll just
No.
quickly go through NBA because
I have one last thing.
Okay.
One last thing. A $10 bet on DraftKings for Saquon Barkley to break the NFL regular season rushing yards record of 2,106 would $10 would win you $300.
Sheesh.
That seems like the right odds. I don't think he's gonna break it.
Yeah.
I think
even if he's close again, I don't think he might want to break it because he's got.
Oh,
that
he absolutely
ring.
does.
Yeah.
But to be fair, he is very injury prone. I mean,
Yeah.
we got our ring.
Yep.
And obviously, we've proved as a team that we are much more worried about contending for a championship than going for records.
Yep.
So, I would see. I would not see him breaking it. I
Yeah.
think
And
he'll end
final-
the year with, let's say, 1,700 this year.
I say he gets
Final-
I say he gets 2,000 again, close to it. At least
That's
nine,
I say
at
it's
least
like
1,900.
18.
You say 1,800?
They do have AJ Dillon now.
Exactly. The quad father.
And last thing, a $1 bet on the Browns to go undefeated Next year will win you $1,000.
Why is that a bet?
Because I like taking people's money.
Yep.
Real. It's
Cool.
gonna
Alright.
happen. I'm delusional.
Yep. You can bet on it.
I'm not going
Yes,
to.
you can.
I'm not going to.
Okay. MLB?
We'll quickly go through NBA because there's like nothing for NBA. We have a lot for MLB.
Okay.
A few things.
Let me talk about the Sixers. Quentin Grimes is on an absolute heater. 44 against Golden State, 46 against Houston, 35 against Atlanta, 30 against Minnesota, 28 against Dallas, 25 against Utah. This guy is trying to ruin the tank single-handedly. I love him. I mean, if we can somehow get off Paul George, and I don't know who'd want him. You can have all our first round picks. You can have our entire future. If we can get off this contract and be able to contend with Grimes, McCain, and Maxey,
Yeah.
my goodness. And we'll see who.
That'd be tough.
Exactly. That'd be insane. That'd be super fun. Other than that, I mean, we're still tanking. We're not. We really need to drop one more spot. We've kind of been switching in and out with Brooklyn. So I think we're half a game apart from them right now. Let's just they keep losing as well, and we won too because of Quentin Grimes, that little bastard.
Yep.
Other than that, Timberwolves are on a roll. Julius Randle, while he can't shoot the ball, he is actually playing extremely complimentary basketball. He's not a black hole whenever he touches it. He's passing out like he's making original pass, making their offense much more dynamic.
Yeah.
Rudy Gobert, still a really good defender. Other than that, Chet Holmgren is back. They OKC just had an unbelievable win.
Oh yeah.
Against Celtics a little while ago, which was on the back of Chet Holmgren. They didn't even have J-Dub. It keeps seeming that if it's OKC Celtics, OKC can definitely win that series. If it's Celtics anybody else, I feel like Celtics are going to two-peat. Anything else that you guys want to talk about? I feel like I just got like some little NBA thoughts out right there.
I mean, you hit one of our topics, and it's
I
Quentin
did?
Grimes being an anti-tank.
Yep, little bastard.
Yep. This happened a few weeks ago. De'Aaron Fox out for the season with a finger surgery. I don't know what happened to him, but
He's been hurt. They've been talking about that all season. His finger's been hurt.
Yeah.
He's been playing through it. That's why some of his numbers are been kind of mid, especially his shooting numbers. It was just they were going to play him the whole year, but now that Wemby's gone, they're going to commit to the tank.
Yeah.
That's all that is.
And then Luka Doncic is legendary.
The Mavs suck.
Yeah.
Nico Harrison, thank you for giving us Quentin Grimes.
Yep.
What an idiot. That guy sucks.
And then I saw somewhere that the Mavs potentially might have to forfeit games because of active roster. They have
they'll pick up some G League guys.
They have 8 people on their active roster.
They'll pick up some guys.
I don't think they're able to.
They can convert 2-way contracts.
I think I saw somewhere. I don't know when the deadline is for that, because I don't know if they're able to until like
before
April.
The playoffs.
Yeah,
there's still enough time. I mean, they might want to not. If they get to forfeit games, that'd be good for their tank.
Yeah.
I don't really know what they're trying to do because AD is on the G League team right now.
I saw that. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I didn't really understand that. Ben, did you see that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they sent 2 hurt guys that are usually playing for them to the G League team. I mean, they need to call the season a wash. They need to retain Kyrie. They just need to run it back with AD and all their centers healthy. And they're good. The crazy thing is that they're going to be a good team.
Yeah.
when healthy. It's just you're not healthy. Don't be stupid this year. Kind of like how the Sixers. I don't know why we played any of Joel Embiid this year. That was very dumb.
Yeah.
Like he was never healthy. He's on one leg. He plays 2 games, and then his leg fills up with bruise and fluid. Just why'd you play him at all? Same with Paul George. Just not a smart organization. Neither are the Mavs. So what are you gonna do? Okay,
And
Ben, you want to talk about your Bucks at all?
Um, I guess not. Kyle Kuzma
He's a dirty.
has
He's doing the dirty
come
work.
back down to earth. Oh,
Oh, I still like what I still like his like the way when I'm watching him, he's doing the dirty work stuff,
Yeah.
which is huge. So at least he
and I'm
seems like
not
he's kind of
luck,
bought in.
but his recent performances has been 10-2-1, 8-8-3, 5-4-0, 9-4-2, and yeah, that's his past couple of games.
Not great,
Nope.
but I mean, I think we all understand the ceiling of this Bucks team is going to be determined on how nuclear Giannis and Dame go.
Yeah.
That was always the end goal. As for Kenneth, the Warriors, man, on a roll. They're 14-1 with Jimmy Butler. Although his numbers are not that gaudy at all.
Do you
He
know who they played
himself.
tonight?
What?
Do you know who they played tonight?
Did they play Bucks?
The Bucks.
Yep.
The Buckaroos.
That's a fun game. I might watch that, especially because I don't work tomorrow.
I might turn that one on too. I don't have anything tomorrow.
Jimmy Butler has proved me wrong. I really thought that not that he was done being a great player, but that he was done being like that superstar guy. I still might have him in my top 20 players. He is such a good connector piece. He's still a good defender. He's making the extra pass. And I do think that he can turn up his scoring volume to 20 points or more a game in the playoffs. I mean, he makes this team monumentally better. The Warriors have shot up my contention thing. The Warriors are now past the Grizzlies. They've passed what's the not Hornets, Houston. Like they are immediately in my upper echelon of good West teams. He single handedly changed that, which is awesome.
Yeah,
Because I love Steph.
Jimmy Butler had the high of points against Denver last night with 23 and 8
He still has
he
which
also
is
had
not
8
insane.
rebounds. Yeah.
I'm
seeing his name a lot when I'm looking at these the schedule on the website of ESPN.
he's still getting to the free throw line like a superstar, which is so important.
He's still a good player. Like
he's amazing.
Will 100% be able to help boost a team, and I feel like the Warriors is a solid team where
they're great.
They can
the box score truly sells. The box score sells Jimmy Butler short hardcore.
Oh yeah,
like I mean, he's really
because he's more like defense, right?
He's more of everything. He's more of driving. He's a great passer. He can hang his hat on the defensive end. He's a guy that causes defenses attention, and it's just opened up so much. I mean, Kuminga looks better. Moses Moody looks so good in this system. AirPods looks better. It's just having Kevon Looney, yeah, Moses Moody more, but just like you have all these guys that like a lot of like the entire like conversation with the Warriors was them taking steps to be real.
Yeah,
it's just not where they're at right now. Adding Jimmy makes all of them real.
Yeah,
which is so. That's why I mean I like the Warriors a lot. You do not want to see them in any series this year.
Yeah. I'm not locked in like that with the Warriors.
They're I really like them.
I'm just kind of locked in with
and
whatever I watch.
Freaking Timberwolves have been turning it up.
Yeah.
I did say that for a second. I said they're on a roll. I said I really like that Julius Randle is bought in. Again, I think he's still shooting like 23% from three, and there's this winning stretch. But he's been vocal about being bought in, and gosh, I'd love it. I would love to see it. Jaden Daniels seems more confident in himself on the offensive end. Rudy was getting too much hate. He's still a great defender.
He was also hurt for like a few weeks.
Mm-hmm. Like people hate Rudy because he's just such a zero on the offensive end, and it is a tough watch sometimes. And he is definitely a French. What's it called? I don't know. He is a character.
Yeah.
He's not. I wouldn't say he's the best locker room guy, but I don't know. They seem to be putting it together. If there's any team in the league where their record sells them short, it's the Timberwolves by far. I mean, imagine you're a top seed, and you have to see the Timberwolves. My goodness, the Nuggets nightmare scenario is the Timberwolves.
I've been telling
Naz
you.
Reid is also still so good. Naz Reid is so good. But yeah, that's mostly all I got on the NBA. I haven't talked about it in a while, but I got a couple praises out there. LeBron, come back healthy. Luka still killing it. Austin Reeves is the best third option in the league. Maybe. No, that's Porzingis, maybe. I don't know.
Speaking of that Lakers big three, there's a new era of music that has hit the TikTok For You page and everywhere. It's the LeBronaissance.
Is this a conversation topic?
This is one of the topics.
LeBron James.
So many LeBron songs, like LeBron covers, like songs about LeBron, where they're making covers of every song. It's all over my For You page, and it's perfect. It's amazing. It's such good music. And that's all I wanted to say about it.
It's all over for you. It's all over your For You page. It's all over my screen. Boom. I love
exactly.
LeBron.
That'll do.
You want to talk about this?
Yeah, you want to talk about the LeBronaissance?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Oh, I forgot. Unk is off. You're not on TikTok or Instagram or anything. What do you do?
That's why I sent him a link. That's why I sent the link to the TikTok, so Lil Bro would see it.
You know Lakers in 5, Ben?
Uh-uh.
Oh my gosh, it's insane.
What you know about Tim Cheese though?
Tim Cheese killed John Pork. Agent
Yeah.
5.5.
He's
No.
about to. He's about to.
No.
Gosh, you're an idiot, Ben.
Down.
My bad.
All right. This is gonna be a 2-hour podcast, but we're here for it. Time for our MLB segment. Our first real MLB segment. We've had a few in the past few episodes, but this is our first real one with actual news since the regular season started this morning at like 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 a.m. for the Pacific people. But this has happened. This is stuff happening last week into today. Bobby Witt possibly having a fractured forearm. Turns out he didn't. He was texting and whatnot. They shut it down quickly. He's fine. He's going to be fine for opening day next week. Blah, blah, blah. The Red Sox starting pitcher, Lucas Giolito, is starting the season on the injured list. I don't know how many days. I didn't really look into it. I don't know what he's injured with, but I believe he is. Yeah, he's starting off the season on the IL, and that's that. Mookie Betts missing the Tokyo series with illness, and he has lost allegedly 15 pounds because of that. Any input from y'all about that?
Nope.
No? Okay. I'll keep it
I
rolling.
don't know. North Carolina's killing San Diego State, by the way.
Yeah, I'm watching.
Yeah.
Paul Skeens is announced as the Pittsburgh Pirates opening day starter. Shout out Livy Dunn. Shout out LSU. Shout out Paul Skeens. Shout out Baby Gronk. All them. Yeah. Freddie Freeman was scratched this morning for pregame. I don't know why. I just saw a tweet about it, but he should be in this game tomorrow morning. But yeah. And in today's game, Shota Imanaga went 4 innings of hitless. 4 hitless innings, which is really good. It's not a quality start, but it's a start, and it's also first game of the season. And the Dodgers are 1-0. Clap it up for the Dodgers. 162-0 season, baby. And MLB The Show came out last Friday. Last Friday being March 14th for early access. I bought that game for early access, played it, and MLB The Show grind is a grind. Let's see how many total hours I currently have on MLB The Show. I have It's loading. 19 total hours on MLB The Show 25. And it's been 4 days. Not even 4 days since it came out. I need to touch grass a little bit. And that's it for the MLB segment. But I've got a quiz. Woo! Or trivia, whatever kind of thing. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
I saw this on a little podcast video that someone uploaded, and I just wanted to steal from it. I don't remember who it was from, but I saw it like a few weeks ago and wanted to do it today since MLB opening day was today. So, I've got 6 countries on my screen. One of them, number 1 is the United States. Name the next 5 teams of MLB players from that country. So, let me look.
What?
I'm tweaking.
So, I'm not 100% on what I'm doing.
That's why I'm looking it up again. So, I have a list of active Major League Baseball players by their nationality.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I've got 6 teams, 6 countries, number 1 being the United States. Name the other 5 countries on this list in order.
With like the best international players?
Like top
with
countries
players from that country.
The MLB.
Yep. Non-USA
Dominican
countries.
Republic.
Boom, Ben, you got 1.
Canada.
No, that's just off the list at 7.
Freddie Freeman.
Yeah, that's close.
Puerto Rico. Is that part of America?
That is
What is America?
number 4
Oh.
on the list. Ben's got 2 points. Here. Ben's got 2. It's not really a point system, but it's just, just to keep track on who's carrying and who's not.
Mexico.
Wow.
I was gonna say.
I thought that was gonna stump y'all, but that's number 6 on the list, but number 5 on this trivia thing list.
That was my next guess.
2 more. You got 2 and 3.
I guess.
Or 3 and 4.
I guess I'll say. Might not be a good guess. I'll say Colombia.
That is number 8.
Oh.
It's not on the list.
This is tough. Japan?
That is surprisingly not up here. Me personally,
they just don't have enough. Yeah.
Me personally, when I was doing this trivia thing, I said Japan as well. I was thinking Japan, but they have 7 active MLB players on this list, and that's number 10 on this list.
At least none of us have dog shit guesses yet.
No, y'all are doing really
We're
good.
we got 10, 8, and 7. That's our misses. Not bad misses.
Yep.
Ben,
Yeah. Um. Let's see.
These two might be
Um.
hard.
Yeah. I don't think this country is even big enough, but I'm gonna say Guam.
Guam.
Yeah.
They're not on this list per Wikipedia.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm just thinking of Caribbean countries.
I'm going pure population. Is China here?
China is not on this list.
They have their own like leagues.
Yeah, they
So
they do
that's
have their own leagues over and on the east side of the world.
exactly. So I was thinking maybe they'll get some over here, but yeah.
Like Japan has the NPB or something.
Yeah, Japan also has. That's why I was thinking. I was like, baseball's huge in those countries, but they have their
Yeah.
own leagues. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Ben, you're back up.
I'll say Venezuela.
That's a
That
great guess.
is number
Yeah.
2 on this list, but number 3 total. Good job. One more.
Oh my god,
Number 3/4.
I have absolutely no idea. Ben, you have any guesses?
Um, I don't know.
Yeah, I know, right? Is it an obvious one? Is it an obvious one, Kenneth, or is it?
It's kind of obvious. It's a known country. I will say it's not like Curacao or some bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It is a country that is close to us.
Oh,
Rather south of us.
I'd assume.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not. What else would be up there? We've already got Canada.
Panama.
Panama, that is number 9. That's not on this list for the top 5. Top 6. Top 5.
Mm. I know nothing. I don't know anything. What's down there? Brazil?
That is not on this list. I will
That's
say, since Ben started first, I'll give the hint. I was going to give the hint on your turn, but, obviously I didn't want to, have the improper balance,
yeah, you're fine.
The flag is similar to Puerto Rico's.
Is it Cuba?
That is correct. In order of 1 to 6, 1 being one being US, Dominican Republic at 2 with 11.4% of MLB. Number 3 is Venezuela with 7.1% of active MLB players. Number 4 with Cuba, that's 2.2%. Puerto Rico at 5 with 1.9, and Mexico at 6 with 1.6. I'd say that was a pretty cool quiz, pretty fun quiz. I like that.
Yeah.
It's pretty quick. And we
That
can
was gettable for me.
Yeah, I didn't want to make it super hard, and
That was gettable for me.
yeah. And it was yeah. And then I believe we just got March Madness to talk about.
So how do you guys want to approach this? Do you guys want to talk about your brackets you made? Like, what do you guys want to talk about here?
I say we talk about what's on the pod topics note that we got, and then we can talk about who we have as like a big upset or like a easy pick, I guess.
I mean, yeah, let's just run it down. Cooper Flag is back.
Cooper Flag is back, but he did roll his ankle pretty badly.
Which they still won the ACC championship.
Yeah. UNC
UNC
versus Duke in the
What's the
ACC
fight?
semifinals.
We already talked about UNC getting in.
Yeah. That's why I checked it off.
Yeah.
Is Auburn frauds?
Kind of. Maybe not
they're-
championship contenders, but they have a pretty easy. I mean, I think they have a free first round still.
They do, unless Alabama
It's not
State
like
somehow pops off.
I don't think they're gonna beat them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we can kind of combine these two. Who's your guys' favorite to win it all?
I feel like Duke is my favorite.
Ben?
Yeah. Spoiler alert, I have Duke
I would
winning it
agree.
all in my bracket.
I mean, I'm only making 3 brackets.
I've made 3 as well.
Yeah. So, and I have Florida and Duke in 2 of them as I have to put them there just because they're like the top 2 teams in the entire country.
Yeah.
And then my third bracket was not who I'm rooting for, but who I've been on all year. But I definitely do have questions about him is Bama.
Yeah.
Who's your guys' like kind of like not a sleeper to win it all, but other than the top 2 guys, who would you say who do you have picking?
St.
Who are you
John.
picking? You're not worried about their recent fall?
I mean, I'm not really I didn't really know about St. John low key.
Do you know what they're really good at?
No, I don't.
They're unbelievable at hustling. They are so good at rebounding, offensive boards. It's just
Yeah.
sometimes, I mean, I think they put up 53 in their conference finals or something. Like, you can shut down their offense in certain points where they can go cold, but they can because they're so aggressive and because they're just gonna beat you up and get every board, they can upset someone.
Yeah.
And that's why they're the 2 seed because they can beat anybody. But yeah, I don't hate St. John's. Ben, do you have anyone?
No.
Heard.
Other than St. John's, I have Oregon because
You gotta stick with your guy.
Yeah, I gotta stick with my team, obviously.
Heard.
I've created extra brackets on ESPN Tournament Challenge, and other than the top 2 guys, I would say top 3 because Houston's not a top 3 team to win it all. I've got Houston up there as one of them. As like it was an autofill. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I just had it autofill for me. And yeah.
Heard. Well,
Heard.
Ben or Kenneth, what are your biggest upset predictions?
I gotta find mine.
Who's gonna mess something up?
I see Lipscomb with an upset. I have a few.
I
have a few upsets. I'm not gonna lie.
We'll stick with the ones that you're like. These
That
are the ones where you're picking this upset every time.
It's VCU over BYU.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
That's my pick every time. I literally forced myself to not pick them in one bracket just in case.
Wow. Ben, do you have any?
I have my bracket pulled up.
I also have another
Let
one.
me heard. I have Michigan State beating Auburn in the Elite Eight.
That's
And
that's
I have
reasonable.
Michigan State beating Florida in the Final Four.
Wow.
I just
I have
like Michigan State.
High Point beating Purdue. I have on a lot of my brackets.
I respect that. I also I don't think I have a bracket where I picked Illinois either.
To win ever?
Yeah.
Who do they play? Where are they?
They're either Texas or Xavier.
Oh, I have Texas Xavier winning that as well.
Yeah. I also have Troy over Kentucky in like almost every bracket as well.
That's such that is such a weird little area in the bracket.
Yeah. Like
it's more
all
those 4 teams are ass.
Yeah.
Like None of them are good in my opinion. I think they're marching to their death against UCLA or Tennessee.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like from that entire area every time I go through there.
And
I have Akron beating Arizona.
I also have that in some of my brackets, yeah.
You have what?
Akron over
Akron
Arizona.
beating Arizona.
Really?
What's another super upset? Lipscomb over Iowa State, because Iowa State's without their star point guard, is what I've heard.
I've seen that, but I still think they're hurt there. But I still think they're a good team.
Yeah, it just
So I
depends.
definitely saw that as a trendy.
Yeah,
like, their hurt pick.
yeah.
Who do you have someone going too far? Maybe
Too
like
far.
consistently. Yeah.
Uh,
Like I'm really, I don't know why, but I am a Texas Tech believer.
I have Texas Tech in the Elite Eight.
Oh, Mr. Ben and me. Who are they playing?
Florida.
And are they losing to Florida?
Yep.
This dude right here, he's copying my bracket. This is ridiculous. Who do you have Florida facing?
I already said Michigan State, and I have Michigan State beating them.
Okay, I have 3 brackets. 2 of them have Texas Tech in the Elite Eight. This one has Iowa State in the Elite and in the Final Four. Insane! I'm crazy. And
I personally think my
I
farthest
also
one. In most of my brackets, I have VCU
whoa.
in the Sweet 16 in like almost every bracket. And in my this shit ain't happening with the St. John's in the finals is VCU in the finals.
I would say my most insane thing is I do have Louisville in the Final Four.
I mean, I don't hate that.
I have Louisville going far in 2 of the 3 brackets.
I have Louisville
Do you think
in the
that's
Sweet
like
16.
ACC love?
No, I
Do you
think
think
that's
it's because
just.
they're
I think Clemson and Louisville are genuinely good.
Yeah.
Like Clemson's one problem is sometimes they get out. They don't get enough rebounds. But Clemson, I mean, Louisville being an 8 seed is crazy to me.
Yeah.
I thought they'd at least be a 6 seed. Like they got screwed kind of because Creighton and Auburn are both good matchups. But if they get past them, Michigan's good and Texas Tech is good and so is Yale. But yeah, Louisville, I really like their 3-point shooter. I like their 3-point shooting a lot. They just chuck up threes.
Yeah.
Um,
My craziest, I have 2 brackets with some crazy Final Fours. I've got Texas A&M and St. John's. St. John's winning that, and then VCU over Tennessee.
what is with your love with VCU?
Is that just a hometown pick?
It's more of like I believe in them, and I feel like that's the Cinderella story this year. I just
Because
have
BYU is good, man.
yeah, but so is VCU. BYU is a 2.5-point favorite right now.
That's true. I like them.
I do like.
I really like great shooting teams.
Yeah.
I think that their ceiling is so much higher. That's why I have Louisville going there. Because even though they're not the greatest percentage team, they take like the most threes. And say those go in, oh my goodness. They can just roll. If they have a hot shooting like tourney, they put up so many threes that it's gonna get nasty.
And then another crazy Final Four is Michigan State over Maryland, and then Oregon over Troy.
Oregon over Troy. What the fuck? My God. But yeah, I made a Duke bracket, I made a Florida bracket, and I made a Bama bracket.
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing something similar. I'm just gonna make a
Yeah.
bunch of brackets, and then I'm gonna make an absolutely insane one.
Ben, how about you?
I have 2 Duke brackets, and I'm making a third one
Who?
right now.
You have 3
Yeah.
Duke brackets?
I have 3 as well.
3 Duke bracket? I mean, well, no. he's talking about. I'm talking about the ones in this one. In our little taste.
Yeah.
In the
All three, you have Duke winning.
that's crazy.
Not this third one.
Okay. Are you making it right now?
Yeah.
Because I saw incomplete bracket
Yeah.
9. I'm like, huh, interesting.
Wow.
But I mean, yeah, I think I'm not thinking too much. I'm going off some vibes.
Yeah.
You got to. No, I mean, draft experts are never even fully right ever. No, they're just never. They're never right.
Dude, I saw on like one of the analysts, it was literally all 1 seeds in the Final Four, and then he picked
never
Florida.
happens.
Yeah, I'm like,
I mean,
that's
a
insane.
1 seed is usually there's usually 1 or 2 in the Final Four, but it's never all.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that San Diego State was in the Final Four last year.
That is crazy. That is absolutely insane. My goodness, that's a crazy bracket. I'm getting rid of that. Marquette in the Final Four. Fuck it.
Oh yeah, are they
What's
like? Oh yeah,
They're beating New Mexico. They're beating
New
Michigan
Mexico,
State.
beating
They're
Michigan
beating
State.
Iowa State. They're beating Auburn, and they're going to the Final Four.
Hell yeah.
Actually, no, fuck it. Texas A&M's beating Auburn. We're
I
switching shit up.
I love
Michigan State's back in there.
I love it.
Texas A&M. Now you, Texas A&M, you are a Final Four match. There you go. Okay.
Do we think
You guys got anything else?
Do we think UConn is going to make a run for back to back to back?
No. I understand. How many years in a row have they been a Sweet 16 team?
I'm currently looking. Let's go to 2018, 2019. See where that is.
Oh.
You said Sweet 16?
I think so.
They
have a little streak.
I don't see them on the 2018, 2019. I don't think there was a 19 or 20 bracket.
How is UNC still rolling, right?
Yeah, the game's
47 to
halftime.
23. My goodness.
Yeah, game's at halftime.
It's good that they're proving that they should be here.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah, they don't. I think their Sweet 16 started off 2021, 2022.
Heard.
Because I don't see them. Yeah, it started in when they first won it.
Heard.
To start the back to back to back.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're still a good coach, which may
Dan Hurley. Yep.
that can push them, but they play Florida in the second round.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna
how far are you going?
It's gonna be rough for them.
Yes, it will. Okay.
Yep. Anything else for the
I'm
March
done.
Madness?
How long is this pod?
About 2 hours, 10 minutes as of right now.
Okay.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad. That's
a little long.
Not that bad.
Got to cut out a certain word. That's it.
I do got to do that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Ben, you got anything else for us before we have first one in a while?
I have a little quiz. I literally just looked up the same thing, but for the NBA with the countries. Do y'all want to roll through the top 5?
I love it.
Before we get out of here.
Is this excluding US?
Number 1 is the USA.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
This is active players for the 2024-2025 season. So give me the next 5.
Kenneth, you go first.
Give me Canada.
It's a great answer.
Yep. Canada is the next highest.
Yep.
With 25 players.
I mean, they have Toronto, so yeah, makes sense.
No, they just SGA, Dylan Brooks.
Yep.
Those are so many. RJ.
Yeah.
Andrew Wiggins.
He's Canadian.
Uh-huh.
Little fucker.
SGA.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh yeah, my turn.
Uh-huh.
France.
France
that.
is right under Canada
Wow.
for the third highest. USA, Canada, and France are the top three.
I gotta keep
so.
this. I gotta keep this streak going. Oh. I'm gonna go. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, this is where it gets kind of hard.
Yeah. Uh, I'm trying to think like Olympics.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Think about other Olympic teams, ones that made it far.
Germany.
Great, that's what I was thinking, kind of.
Germany is number 5.
Yeah.
That's good though.
Let's go.
Yep.
That is good. Is this like
And
5
that's
as in like 6 or 5 as in 5 on the
5
entire
is in
list?
5.
Heard.
So there's one more under that you have to
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
It's Australia,
And
right?
then one more above it.
I said Australia.
Oh, yep. That's the one
Yeah.
above Germany.
Yeah, Australia's a bunch.
So
Oh,
it's USA, then Canada, then France, then USA, then Germany.
you said USA twice.
USA, then Canada, then France, then Australia, then Germany.
Yep.
And then I need one more. Ah.
These nations are tied um for 6th place.
Heard.
But one team has more all time, so I think that's why they're above the other country.
Okay. Catch a flight down to the blue South Africa. Hit the clue for the juice. Then Iria. Cancel me, I cancel you. We Omega. You get money, I do too. Let's fall in love. Back on you.
South
I-
Africa has never had an NBA player before.
Wow.
Joel Embiid. He's
Is
Cameroon.
he from South? Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to go with Greece, but I don't think it is.
I don't think so.
I don't think it
They have
is.
like
I'm
they
not.
have Thanasis
They
and
have
they have
Thanasis,
Giannis.
Kostas, and Giannis.
And Kostas, yep.
Um,
They literally have 2 active players.
Yeah, because Kostas isn't in the league. That's
neither
why
is Thanasis. No, Thanasis isn't in the league.
Thanasis is. Yeah, you're right.
My turn, right?
No.
Yeah.
I was
You
just.
just guessed Greece.
I was saying I was going to, and
What?
then I wasn't. Is it mine or Andrew's then? Will we count that as a guess?
No, Kent, you can have another guess.
Let's go with Serbia.
And that is correct. Woo! Y'all got 1 through 6. And
Let's.
What
the
was the
7th,
what was the one that was tied for?
Yeah,
Nigeria.
Oh,
I was not getting that.
Yeah.
who?
Then it's Croatia, then Cameroon, then Spain, then Italy, then Dominican Republic, then Netherlands, Belgium, Bahamas, Japan, Turkey, Senegal, Lithuania, Greece, Slovenia, Ukraine, United Kingdom.
How
Yep. And
many
keeps
did
going.
Cameroon have?
Cameroon has. Did I name it?
Yeah, you said it. They have
4.
Joel. They have Joel, Siakam, JT Thor, and I don't. Yeah, I don't know I don't know the fourth is. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
NBA players.
UNC's rolling San Diego State.
Yep. It's well, they're not active. Let's see. Yves Messi,
Oh, I don't know if he's Cameroon. Yeah, that's cool.
he's younger than you and I, Andrew. Did you know that?
God, there's a lot of people that are younger than us, Ben.
Yeah.
And then Christian Okoloko.
Christian, yeah.
And then Ulrich, Fizzy.
I know an Ulrich. Go.
And yeah, Embiid and Siakam.
Yep.
All right.
All right. You ready to outro this, Andrew?
It's time.
You guys got anything else?
Advice of the day?
It's time.
Oh,
It's time. Get your blanket on, get your drink of choice to listen to this. Pretty solid one. Shout out ChatGPT for helping me.
Don't say that.
But today's advice of the day. Take things one step at a time. It's easy to get overwhelmed when you think about everything that you need to do, but the progress is the key. It's not about doing everything at once. It's about consistency. This word for this advice of the day is consistency. Break the bad habits, or try to do your best. I'm dealing with stuff that I'm trying to break. I'm sure y'all too are also trying to break habits that are bad for y'all. I don't know.
Trying to work out more.
Yeah, me too. I'm trying to figure out how to do things and stuff. Celebrate the small wins on the way. And create manageable steps in your leap to lock in, and if you hit a setback like dislocating your knee or cutting your finger or just feel like having a bad day, don't let it discourage you. Use it as a learning opportunity and to keep going. Growth happens when you are patient and trust the process. Shout out the Sixers. Whether it's work, personal goals, or even just making it through the day, remember, consistency beats perfection. Keep pushing forward, and you'll be surprised how far you can go.
What?
That's it.
Sounds like Ben just threw up.
I said
Ben-
woo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
What are you doing it?
We're doing it.
We're doing it.
Shout out Dr.
Shout out
Diaz.
Jason.
Shout
Oh,
out
I
to
mean-
Dr.
no.
Diaz.
Can't name drop him. That's fine. Okay.
Oh,
Great advice of the day.
it's a pretty solid one. I will
Very good.
honestly I might just cook some advices. I need to cook some advice of the day.
Love
Don't
to hear
worry.
it.
I will cook for future episodes.
Okay. You guys got anything else, or are we out of this?
We outta here.
I'm good. I'm chilling.
Heard?
Yep.
Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Taste Buds podcast. And as
Really long
always,
one.
have a very tasty day.